asking people to be part of this journey that I'm on. Which
Literally.
is, walking across the United States, really through blue and red states, purple states, whatever color states, and really listening to people. Being able to listen to people about what their problems are, what their issues are, but not to listen in an antagonistic way, because I didn't speak. And so I was able to just move into people. I mean, people who were racist and that told me that they were, asked me to come and stay with them. Of course, my parents probably would have been frightened for me, but they just never had been in the presence of someone who was doing what I was doing, playing music and listening to them. And so, like I said, my kid just invited me. You know, and says, I'm walking along the road, and a little boy says, you walked all the way from, we saw you 3 months ago in California, and you have to stay at our house. And I would go to someone's house with this little kid riding his little bicycle, and there'd be somebody there with a big rodeo belt, big cowboy hat, saying, well, you know, if it was just up to me, you wouldn't be here. But the Lord and little Bobby here, they changed me. And so I would like for you to come and stay in our house. And I mean, I'm sitting at someone's table and they're talking to me about how they used to be and how they are now. And
so this is a transformative power that you're hoping translates to your candidacy in this district. You feel that there's a healing that you've learned from this process, and you feel that it's applicable to this particular race?
Well, exactly. And one of the things that I'm looking at now is in our country how divided it is, and how we're not even able to listen to each other. Say, listen, I just finished writing a book on kindness, a children's book on kindness that'll be out next year, and I guess it was a privilege for me to be able to go to sleep at night, think about kindness, wake up in the morning and think about kindness, and all the iterations of kindness around the world through wars. I mean, you know about the Christmas armistice that the soldiers got together in the I think it was the First World War, and there are many examples of that in Civil War. And so people, even though they're on other sides, can be really kind to each other. And I think if we're kind to each other, we're going to listen to each other, because we have to do something to get rid of this divide that we're in. You know, it's this side or that side. No.
Let me ask you this. People in this district, it is an advantaged Democratic district, but clearly the incumbent thought that Republicans would have an advantage with Donald Trump, who won the district, which is why he switched parties, presumably. They're looking at the results in Iowa and saying Democrats can't get their act together. Do you think that what happened in Iowa this past week should give a person pause here before voting for the Democratic Party, or do you think, in fact, there's a way to see it in a positive light? What was your reaction to that which occurred there in the first primary state?
Well, I'm a supporter of Bernie Sanders. I have to tell you that right now. People ask me, well, you're a progressive. And I said, well, I guess I'm a kind of realistic progressive. And that means, as I said, I use that walk a lot. The walk, when I started walking from California and I was coming to West Cape May, where my parents were, I knew where I was going, but I couldn't snap my fingers and be here already. I had to go through lots of mountains, lots of deserts, and listen to a lot of conversations, get a lot of education before I got here. And that's where I think we're going to be going when we get to Medicare for all or anything like that. We have to listen to each other, and we're going to have to go through a lot of territory. I'm not saying we're not going to get there. I'm going to be like Martin Luther King and say, I might not get there, but my children will. You know?
Commissioner, you think Bernie Sanders wins the primary? Do you think he's well positioned now? Came close in Iowa, second place, looks to be on path to win in New Hampshire. Do you think that sets him up for a very strong race?
I think that for me, he was always strong, but that winning or let's say coming close with Whittaker, it's really that's a good sign. It's a good sign that people in America, in the mid part of America, the middle of America, are looking for change, and they're looking for some meaningful change. And I don't want to mention anybody else or the things that they're doing, or what's anything negative about anybody. If whoever is the Democratic nominee, I'm going to jump around and be for them. I would like to see Bernie, but if it's not Bernie, I'm going to jump around for whoever it is.